Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rare, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuan, Tapua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Agnesi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in Ba.
Bula, my name is Tisal. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Tonight, a massive 148 cases of dengue fever recorded. Murderer gets life imprisonment. And Asino residents owe millions in rates.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
In the past 7 weeks, Fiji has so far 148 reported cases of dengue, a figure that is a major cause of concern. The sudden influx in dengue fever cases has jolted the Ministry of Health, which is now working on trying to contain this killer disease. Pranita Prakash has more.
The past 7 weeks has seen the Western Division record the highest number of dengue cases, which is becoming a major worry for the medical authorities.
This is the dengue season. It's also season for other disease conditions, not only dengue, but this is when particularly dengue tends to rise, significantly, right up to outbreak levels. And that's why we are concerned about dengue, and we try and control it rather earlier than later. So basically, all divisions tend to be affected equally during this period.
The Health Ministry is calling on people to take precautionary measures and help stop spread of the disease, which can even lead to death.
Move all these containers that can hold water and that can breed mosquitoes. So tires, you get rid of tires, get rid of plastic containers and so forth. Inside the house, we have vases and pots for your flower or plants. Those ones need to be changed regularly, the water in there. So
early symptoms of dengue are high fever, nausea, loss of appetite and body pains, something which has also got Fijians concerned.
I was afraid of dengue fever because it can kill people. And my word of advice to you people, ladies and gentlemen, please keep our surrounding clean and tidy most of the time.
We should all join our hands and actually do every necessary bit to prevent this contagious disease, as it has actually taken lives before.
I'm really scared about it because in Fiji is the most influence diseases. It can also kill us.
The ministry needs the assistance of the public in its fight against disease-spreading mosquitoes. Removing dengue breeding mosquito places will ultimately lead to a decrease in the number of dengue positive cases. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Murderer Sudesh Mani Naidu has been sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 17 years. Naidu had murdered 74-year-old Vidyawati and Drasa Lautoka in 2013 before stealing $2,200 worth of jewellery. Shireen Shivan reports.
Late Vidyawati was described as very helpful and caring. Her 42-year-old son Sunil Chand says 4 years on, they are still trying to come to terms with the loss.
A very difficult moment. It still is, and we hope that this kind of thing does not happen to anyone ever.
Chand says the incident that occurred in 2013 had shaken the community in Drasa Lautoka, and he is glad justice has been finally served. On January 13, 2013, Sudesh Mani Naidu was drinking alcohol with his friend, who was also the victim's neighbor. Later, he went to the deceased's house and asked water from her. He then attacked the elderly woman, raided her house and stole some assorted items. Judge Justice Salesitemo sentenced Naidu a minimum term of 17 years for murder and 10 years imprisonment for robbery, which will be served concurrently.
Following a 5-day trial last week, the 3 assessors in this case found Naidu not guilty on the charges against him. However, on Friday, Judge Justice Salesitemo overturned their decision and found Naidu guilty on both charges. Today, Justice Themo said the reasons were that he found the prosecution witnesses more credible. He also said that Naidu had confessed to the police in committing this crime. The judge also rejected Naidu's allegation of police assaulting him, saying he did not inform the magistrate about this when he was first brought to court. Naidu has 30 days to appeal his sentence. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
The Nasino Town Council is owed around $8 million in rates. The council says some individual properties have arrears of up to $9,000 owed for almost 10 years. Kelly Vadala reports.
With a population of more than 200,000 and growing rapidly, the debtors owing the council are becoming a major hassle.
In terms of arrears, it would amount to at least 30 to 40% of the people that are holding back in terms of rates, and we are actually targeting these people, trying to make arrangements for them to pay up these rates. Some people they owe us close to 3,000, 5,000, 7,000. Our services also depends on how quickly they are able to pay up their rates.
Despite the debts, the council is doing its uttermost best to provide services to all within the municipality.
Drainage needs to be clean, and that's what we ratepayers will want.
The service provided are good at the moment, and especially rubbish collecting around the areas has improved.
They are paying our rate, good services.
Ali says they will have quarterly meetings with the Nasino residents. This is to allow them to voice their opinions on what they think about the services provided to them, and also to come up with solutions on how to keep up to date with paying their rates. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Police are investigating a case where a 15-year-old girl was allegedly raped by a group of boys in Naitasiri. It is alleged the girl got pregnant after the alleged incident. Police say that the incident came to light after the girl's parents found her lying outside their home bleeding after she had aborted the baby. The father of the 15-year-old girl rushed the girl and the baby to the hospital, where the baby was pronounced dead. A secondary school boy has been questioned and released regarding the alleged incident. The boy claimed that the two other boys were also involved in the alleged rape. Meanwhile, the 15-year-old girl is currently admitted at the hospital. Still ahead, concerns raised on breach of traditional protocols. And cybercrime, a major threat for Fiji. Stay with us.
कमल रोशनी है, हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तमराव में रहता हूँ, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Some villagers have raised concerns about various organizations and government officials visiting villages and not following traditional protocols. Director Language and Culture under the Itoke Affairs Ministry, Emin Bainimarama, confirmed the ministry is calling on organizations and government officials to practice traditional culture before visiting villages.
The Itoke Affairs Ministry has responded to requests from numerous organizations who would like to have a session on learning Itoke culture and language.
We know that most of the government ministries, they go to villages for government programs, and it is important that people that access the Fijianville, the Itoke villages, they're aware of the norms, of what they expected, what they expected to do.
Itokes living in rural areas have supported the initiative and are thankful to the ministry for its wise decision.
I think it's a good decision for the others to be taught from our own language and our cultures.
It's a very good idea.
It's a good idea because many of the races, they're not practicing our culture.
The ministry has also featured some teaching skills on their website to make it easier for Itoke, especially those living in overseas, to learn their traditional culture and language. The ministry is calling all Itokes to help in maintaining their culture and language. Sabara Tambua, FBC News.
With more and more people across the country having access to the internet, the risk of cybercrime is increasing as well. Many Fijians have already fallen victims of cybercrime, and it is now regarded as a major national security threat. Kelly Vadala reports.
Internet has become a necessity in the everyday life of people, but authorities are warning people to be wary of cybercrime.
Greatest challenge in cybercrime, because they see no borders, because you can access into your system without you knowing it. Although we are enjoying technology, the advantage of technology, but at the same time, it offers this challenge.
Teleni says the threat from cybercrime is multidimensional, targeting citizens, businesses and governments.
Government is putting into places, like this one, the strategy, to respond to those rising crises and challenges. We have a national security strategy, what we would like to achieve, and of course the main objectives.
Minister for Defence and National Security Inoki Kumbuombola says government will tighten its national security to protect all Fijians.
Political and economic activities continue to be core of Fiji's relationship. Defence and security is becoming an important tool.
Cybercrime is hard to track, enforce and prosecute. Minister Kumbuombola says with the issue being the fastest growing crime worldwide, people are urged to use technology with good intentions and carefully monitor what they post online. Kelly Badala, FBC News.
The villagers of Naluvatu and Naitaasiri were all smiles today after receiving an outboard engine. The engine will assist the children in the village to travel to and from school. Handing over the boat, Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation Minister Meriseni Vuniwanga said the government upholds the right to educate all Fijians. The villagers had requested for an outboard engine when the ministry paid a visit to the village earlier this year following floods. Students have to cross the Waindina River daily to reach the mainland for school. Casey Affleck and Emma Stone have walked away with the Best Actor and Actress awards at the Oscars, while Moonlight won the Best Movie. As expected, it was a night of glitz and glamour. This from TVNZ.
Something wonderful.
The Oscar goes to La La Land.
La La Land. La La Land.
The modern-day musical that's a love letter to Hollywood was feeling the love tonight. Up for a record-equaling 14 nominations, including Best Actress for Tinseltown's newest princess.
And so I want to thank Damien Chazelle for the opportunity to be part of a project that was so special and once in a lifetime.
Casey Affleck's moving portrayal of pent-up grief in Manchester by the Sea saw him earn Best Actor.
One of the first people who taught me how to act was Denzel Washington, and I just met him tonight for the first time. Thank you.
Viola Davis won Best Supporting Actor for Fences, a role she already won a Tony Award for.
I became an artist, and thank God I did, because we are the only profession that celebrates what it means to live a life.
And the standout performer in Moonlight's ensemble cast, Mahershala Ali, took out Best Supporting Actor. First-time host Jimmy Kimmel kicked off the predicted Donald Trump bashing.
Maybe this is not a popular thing to say, but I want to say thank you to President Trump. I mean, remember last year when it seemed like the Oscars were racist?
And he wasn't alone in political point scoring.
As a migrant worker, as a human being, I'm against any form of wall that wants to separate us.
As ever, the fashion stakes were high, and most shimmied and shined with the glamour you'd expect. Beauty and diamonds is a winning combination on any red carpet.
Rachel is here now with the very latest from the world of business.
Good evening. After the break. Chinese company builds new hotel in Nandi. And in growing Fiji, new buses for tour company.
And later on in sports with Jamie, Blues get Super Rugby season underway with massive win.
Well, Tevitarokuta, my Vonokula and Rasa Lotoka, Duba Talita and Navarro on a radio Fiji one.
Bulan Arango Fina, my Corviri Nandi, out the Talitaka Navarro and a radio Fiji one. Na programa ni masmasu na mataklailai.
Oya ochoni kurinambila mai bunangoro na makete hinga toka kwe do talitakini na baroro na Radio Fiji 1 kenya na domo ibiti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na domo ibiti na bonga ni bienen.
In business tonight, a new hotel complex under construction on Anamanu Road near Queens Highway aims to provide a number of jobs for Fijians once it opens for business. The multi-million-dollar investment is being carried out by Ping Shang Investment Fiji Limited. Alan Stalls has the story.
Located just a few meters from the McDonald's outlet outside Nadi town is the new site for the hotel. Work is already underway on this 9-story complex that will provide more than 50 jobs. Investors say the hotel is going to be a new experience for both locals and tourists.
The tourist industry is really booming these years. Like the tourists coming into Fiji is increasing every year, especially from China. That will be the highest building in the West ever. Yeah.
The project will cost around 20 million Fijian dollars, and Lu Wang says they are looking to carry out more such investments in Fiji.
Also plan to put one 5-star resort here, and we also have the commercials. In our mind, we also want to do one marina for the Pacific Harbour project.
Reka Lata runs a small store down the road from the hotel site and is very optimistic about the development of the project.
Any kind of development is good because it creates employment, and also, many people benefit from any kind of development like this.
Although there has been little to no action on the property over the last 2 months, the company assures us that the work is on schedule and hopefully will be completed by the end of this year. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
And now with a wrap on last week's trading on the South Pacific Stock Exchange, here's Elizabeth from HFC Bank.
Thanks, Rachel. It was a week that saw the total value index of the SPSE rise and some dividends paid to stockholders. Fijian Holdings and Paradise Beverages were the two active stocks traded on the SPSE last week. FHL was the most active by way of number of trades and volume traded. It also saw a share price gain of 2 cents to close the week at $4.12. On the back of the FHL share price gain, the overall market capitalization increased by 0.02% and concluded the week at a value of $1.34 billion. Similarly, the SPSE Total Return Index posted a gain of 0.02% to conclude the week at a value of 3,216.59. 3 listed companies declared dividends for their shareholders last week. Freebird Institute Limited, which has been listed for less than a month, declared a 5 cents per share dividend. Meanwhile, Communications Fiji Limited declared a 12 cents per share dividend, and ATH declared a 2 cents per share dividend for its shareholders. And that's the wrap from our local stock market, Rachel.
Thanks, Elizabeth. On to today's exchange rates. The Chinese yuan and the American dollar both dropped to close at $3.26 and 47 cents respectively, while our regional currencies went up as the Australian and New Zealand dollar rose to close at 61 cents and 65 cents respectively, and the PNG kina dropped slightly to close at $1.32. On to the commodities market, oil dropped by 35 cents a barrel to close at $53.99. Gold rose by $5.75 an ounce to close at $1,253. Silver followed suit to close at $18.35 an ounce. Total Fiji has officially opened its new service station in Savasavu. Opened by Trade Minister Faiz Koya, Total Fiji says it respects the environment. This commitment is shown by standard features such as double-walled fuel tanks, pipes for environmental protection, oil and water separation facilities in the drainage system, and the LED lights that reduces energy consumption by 80%. The opening of the station in Savasavu marks the 28th Total service station in Fiji. The AAAK group of companies has launched its new fleet of buses and a new state-of-the-art workshop in Nadi. The Go Fiji Total Transfers and Tour Mechanical Shop was opened by Trade Minister Faiz Koya on Saturday. Koya said with investments as such, they will be able to create jobs to lift the local economy. He added private companies also play an important role in government national development. And that's a wrap from Business Tonight. Sports is up next, and here's Jamie with the latest.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Tonight in sports, Fiji men's hockey team ready for second shot at World League Round 2 tournament. And BFC draw first match in OFC Champions League. This and more after the break.
Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Fiji men's hockey team presented the Tatau at Government House this morning. The team is off to Bangladesh on Wednesday for the Hockey World League Round 2, which begins on Saturday. Coach Hector Smith says while they faced a number of challenges off the field, the side is ready to fly the Fiji flag at the competition. Meli Tavanga reports.
Seeking the nation's blessing this morning, Coach Hector Smith said getting the team ready for the second round of the World League wasn't easy.
There's been a lot of discussions on going or not going because of funds and also time away from work for players who just played in the World Series round 1, then asking for another lot of time off.
New Zealand-based 29-year-old Adrian Smith is all fired up to boost our side in the tournament.
So I had to train basically 8 weeks on my own, but with the programs given by management and a few personal trainers that I have, I basically just train really hard, and it's been quite a journey.
Being drawn in a tough pool match, Smith, the son of Coach Hector Smith, says decision-making is important.
Basically, like for us, it's every game that we play will improve. It's international games are somewhat of a mystery. You don't know who's going to have a good day and who's not. It's just whoever does the basic skills right, whoever traps the ball first, whoever makes the right passes, and whoever shoots at goal on target.
Fiji is pooled with Oman, Malaysia and Bangladesh. They launched their campaign with a match against Oman on Saturday. Meli Tawanga, FBC Sports.
For the past 2 years, the Las Vegas tournament has been a lucky stopover for the Vodafone Fiji Sevens team. But amazingly, national coach Gareth Beba is not concerned with winning the tournament for a third time, choosing rather to focus on rebuilding for the long run. Vashnil Prasad has more.
So much a part of this.
The Las Vegas Sevens champions' hope of making a 3 in a row could be tough as they are in a rebuilding process.
I don't look at titles. I'll look at how well we're playing. It'll be a process by which we can get towards titles. There's been a lot that's gone on since, as I said, since the Olympics, and we've come through now. And all we do is try and work on everything day by day and get ourselves better every day.
Flying Fijians coach John McKee says the side needs to focus on each match.
Don't have to worry about defending the title or trying to win the title. What they need to do is just concentrate on each game and each tournament. They concentrate on doing well in Las Vegas, and then when that's done, they can concentrate on the next tournament.
National trainer Nathaniel Dhawanimbuka says they are looking at certain aspects of their game which has been identified as weak areas.
I could say it's one of the taller teams that we've been selected in a few years. So there's some real tall timber in the team. So we'd like to use that to advantage. So sharpening on our lineouts, speed on the ground movement, getting our lineout throws good, and our lifting and jumping pods.
With Beba having put winning as secondary, he will have to learn quickly that in this country, winning any Sevens tournament is one of the primary goals. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Bar football side had to come from a goal down to salvage a 1-1 draw against New Caledonia's Hainan in the OFC Champions League last night. The host went up a goal in the 70th minute after a handball by Bar's Samuel Nambinia inside the penalty area. Malakai Tiwa equalized for Bar in the 90th minute. In another match in the pool, Team Wellington beat Poikura 4-1.
It was a good result. The boys played very well. It was a very fast-paced football. And I'm very happy with the performance of the boys.
Two invitational teams will represent Fiji at the World Tiger Bowls competition in Hong Kong from the 9th of March. It's been 7 years since the Fijian team won at the competition, but Fiji Bowls is confident that this year's teams, packed with experience, should do Fiji proud at the World Meet. Vasil Prasad has more.
With the completion of the national triples yesterday, the focus now tends to preparing for the World Tiger Bowls. A team of 4 will participate in the event next month.
I've got Kushal Pillai, who's current Fiji rep, and Santok Singh, who has been playing for a while, and I've got Ilyas Khan from Ba, who's had a tour with me before.
2009 was the last time when Fiji won the doubles discipline in the Tiger Bowls competition. The current team that will take part is hoping to create history once again this year.
I'm confident that my boys have had the experience of playing in the past. We have won it in the past as well. So we'll try and use all that experience and the knowledge to try and do very well.
Meanwhile, when these players are off to the Hong Kong tournament, the locals here will be preparing for the biggest tournament in April.
The next tournament we are gearing up is the Hudson Cup, which is going to happen in the Easter weekends. So teams are now going to prepare for the Hudson Cup, which is the pinnacle of bowling in Fiji.
The Hudson Cup will be held from the 14th to the 17th of April at the Suva Bowling Club. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Defending champions Jasper Williams High School will be out to retain their title this year in the Coca-Cola Games Girls Division. Continuous bad weather over the past week has hindered their training, but the Jasperians are optimistic of another successful outing. Rohit Deo reports.
Jasper Williams High School's preparations has been affected by the recent bad weather in the Western Division.
Regarding with regards to the weather, that's the only obstacle for us now, in terms of weather.
Jasper just managed to beat Andi the Kambao school last year, and no tough competition can be expected this year as well. The school and its athletes have set their targets this year and are working towards it.
We'll try our very level best to participate, and yes, of course, just for the students, to help them in order for them to achieve whatever targets they have set for themselves.
Preparation is on the way. Everything is now ready. The 800 meters that are normally run as finals are now going to be run as heats.
Jasper bagged 15 gold, 19 silver and 8 bronze medals last year to claim the girls division title. This year's Coke Games will run from the 20th to the 22nd of April at Suva's ANZ Stadium. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Manchester United won the League Cup title, defeating Southampton 3-2 in the final today. Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored 2 goals in the match, the second sealing the win. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather, and in the world of the weird and the wonderful, learn about a Canadian competition that's turning heads and freezing hair. Literally freezing hair. Details coming up.
कमल रोशनी है, हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मिर्ची है, हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तावरा में रहता हूँ, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Smartphone maker TCL Communications hopes its new BlackBerry branded phone will avoid broader concerns about the security of Chinese-made phones. At the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, the company yesterday announced the Key One, a smartphone with a distinctive BlackBerry QWERTY-style keyboard. And the lovely Angie is now here with weather.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. It's a start to another work week and it looks like showers are back in the hood. Accompanied by cloudy conditions, some showers and thunderstorms were experienced in most parts of the country. But before the showers took over, you might have noticed it was quite windy and the only thing that came to my mind was about flying a kite. Let's take a look in the west. It was partly cloudy and light rain entered the picture. Majority of the centers hit 31 degrees. Expect heavy showers by late tonight. Eastwards from Pekhabarasuva, it was something like the west. There were cloudy periods but some showers and brisk winds.
Up north, it was another good day for the farmers as few showers were experienced with more expected by overnight. Tomorrow calls for more showers, which will become heavier by the evening period, so ensure that your car wipers and tires are all good for the wet weather. Tomorrow's temps, Nandi and Lautoka are looking a bit warm with highs of 32, while Ba will have a low of 22. Looking further on to Wednesday, the rainy period is expected to return, but it will not be as intense as what we faced for the last few weeks. It will be light, which will pause for a bit and will continue at night. Out at sea, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots with moderate seas. And to the tides, the next low tide tomorrow morning is at 1:32, followed by a high tide at 7:43. And on the same note, there is a new moon today, so expect very high and very low tides. And that, Jackie, is the FBC weather for tonight.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In our Fijian Pulse tonight, we ask, should town and city councils play an active role in the fight against dengue fever?
Yes, I think so.
Town councils are doing enough, but the message I want to say today is that people, the citizens, or the people in every town, we should also do our part in cleaning our own compounds.
Yes, I think they should play an active role.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, have you ever heard of the hair freezing competition? It's an annual contest held every February since 2011 by the Takini Hot Pools in Whitehorse, Canada. Recapping the main stories, a massive 148 cases of dengue fever have been recorded in the past 7 weeks. Murderer gets life imprisonment, and Asina residents owe millions of dollars in rates. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, and first the results from last week, we had asked, are the big nations doing enough in the fight against climate change? 78% of you said no. This week we are asking, are town and city councils doing enough in the fight against dengue fever? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, today's shot of the day, this picture was taken from the Suva Harbour. Sunsets in Fiji are always magical, vibrant colours painting the sky and promising a new dawn. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. Or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. Until next time, from the team and I, good night.
I'm Anare Sorbakro of Nayabu Wendibuga Telebu. Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.